Hello, welcome. How are you doing? It's a beautiful cold morning. It's going to get brighter soon, and it's only going to get better with the food that we have to show you in today's episode. Let's get the intro rolling.
Grubbo.
Today's episode is an exciting one. As promised, I'm going to show you that interview with Ben. I'm also going to show you how food launches are. And in this particular case, it's an ice cream launch. No prizes for guessing. And I'm also going to taste the other two flavors. Because guess what? Apparently, the time has been extended and it's not the 23rd of November, which is the last date. I'm lucky to have had those two flavors of ice cream with me. So I'm going to let you know my two things about them. All right, let's do this. If you're one of those persons who wonder what happens at a food launch, pay attention. So after the launch was done, I had a word with Ben, and this is what he had to say.
I've actually handed over Ungermann Brothers to the family as a gift to say thank you for all their support during MasterChef, but I'm definitely looking at a venture in India, and it'll definitely include my ice creams. Flavor of the country. It's going to have something to do with the spice blends here. I absolutely love the spice blends. It's got some crazy flavors going on. It's been absolutely amazing. Like the Indian people are just so accommodating, so lovely. They're always trying to feed me. I absolutely love that. I'm a massive foodie and I've got to try so many different cuisines. I've also heard if you travel 100 k's down the road, the cuisine changes again. So I feel like I've only just sort of scraped the surface. So the dish that I absolutely love from India and I found it first in Australia because my best friend is Indian, is just a mutton curry. And I just want to find the perfect mutton curry, learn how to make it so I can always fix it for myself at home. I'm here with the guys from Chew and Chug. Hell yeah.
Oh boy, it's time. It's time to have those ice creams now. Before I get into the rating, we need to keep in mind that amongst the 4 categories that I'm going to rate it at, which are flavor, texture, presentation, and overall experience, since the presentation is the same for both the ice creams and the presentation is pretty much the same from the previous one that I've done, it still holds at a 9 out of 10. Now we'll get into the first ice cream, which is your salted caramel, chocolate, and chips ice cream. Now you're probably wondering, where are the chips? It's morning and I kind of got hungry on the way to the location, so I kind of ate it. You're wondering what kind of a guy has chips for breakfast? The same guy who would have ice creams also for breakfast to try and give you a review. So don't mind it. Just going to go into the rating now, shall we? Okay, thank you. Flavor, salted caramel, chocolate, and chips. The very first bite that I took into it, I tasted the caramel first, then came the chocolate chips, then came the little bit of saltiness, and if I had chips, I'm sure I would have had the chips also in somewhere in between all of those. But it's not going to change much because, the flavor is still intact in terms of having that little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness, and overall I'm pleasantly surprised that this is better than coffee cardamom ice cream for me at least. So I would give the flavors an 8.5 out of 10. Texture. The chip with the ice cream combination is a crazy combination, right? Because you have crunch there. The ice cream in itself is creamy. It has those small chocolate chips as well, which give you a little bit of the crunch as well. And there's a little bit of coarseness here and there when you take that bite. So again, this time I like the texture is slightly better than the previous one. And I would give this another 8.5 out of 10. Overall experience. This is a very good ice cream. I'll tell you why. Because I've never had this thought process of having chips with ice cream before this, right? And it was kind of making me feel like this kid who's curious to try something new. It kind of actually pleasantly surprised me, and I'm glad that I did what I did. So this deserves an 8.5. Overall, this ice cream is one of those amazing ice creams that'll last. Let's have the next ice cream, shall we? Popcorn ice cream. When you take a bite into the popcorn ice cream, you're bound to taste the popcorn, which is salted, and there's a little bit of fruitiness from the syrup that is there on top of the ice cream. I'm not a huge fan of fruity ice creams, but again, this has a play of something salty with something sweet, and I would give this flavor 7.5 out of 10. Texture. Again with this ice cream, it's creamy, it's got a little bit of chunks of popcorn in between, and it has that syrup which kind of, adds that little bit of gooiness, if one could say. Overall, it would get about an 8 out of 10. Experience. If you're one of the persons who likes fruity flavors along with something salted, and especially something like popcorn, you're probably going to love this. Me, on the other hand, not so much. Because I like my popcorn with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of caramel. So I would give this flavor a 7.5 out of 10, simply because I'm not a massive fan of this flavor. But on the other hand, I strongly believe that a lot of people are going to enjoy this flavor. Overall, it's a pretty decent ice cream for me, but I'm sure a lot of people will fall in love with this flavor. It will enhance your experience of ice creams like never before. Okay, I know that I said that the 23rd of November was the last date, but I'm glad that it isn't, and it's still available on the app. If you've not already tried it, go ahead and try it and let me know what you think about these flavors. On the other hand, if you've already tried these flavors, go ahead and leave a comment below. I would love to hear your opinions about these flavors. And let's do that usual drill of liking, sharing, and subscribing, because I want to become fatter. No, I want to get fitter, but I don't have money to buy that gym membership. So help me. Please. Anyway, until next time, keep chewing and chugging. Hell yeah!